Hi guys, Trondheim audio devices drum samples are made to work with Steven Slate Trigger2. So I made this short tutorial on how to use our samples with Trigger2, how to get the best results, and maybe you learn something new. Welcome to this short tutorial on Trigger2. I have a beat going on here with a lot of ghost notes. So first I'll set up the triggering settings. You can see that it's not triggering the weaker hits. So the first thing we'll set up is the detail. But it's still not detecting the weakest hits. So the next thing is sensitivity. Now it's picking up on every hit in the groove. If you get false triggering or double triggering, you need to adjust the re-trigger. This is simply telling the program to wait for a while before it triggers the next hit. So you can see there's a red area after the hit. So max is 100 milliseconds. Let's open up a train beat and take a look at the curve settings. I'm now triggering from the MIDI input. We'll first look at the envelope settings. Here we have attack, sustain, and release. I'm now only playing back the IQ room, and this sample has a long tail. So if you like the size of that room but you think it's too long, you can shorten it. And if you like to have it gated, and if you like to have less attack. So it's pretty easy to control the envelope. If you'd like to apply the envelope settings to all the slots, you need to go over here to the curve link and link attack, sustain, and release. Then it will apply the settings to all the slots at the same time. Okay, so back to the train beat. Dynamic settings. I'll link the dynamic settings on all the slots. You could choose anything between 0 and 100% dynamics. If you have it set at 100, it will mimic the original dynamics. So if you'd like the weaker hits to be louder but not harder, you could turn this down. We'll now look at the velocity curve. I'll link the slots. So if you'd like the weaker hits to be harder but not louder, you could turn this up. And if you like the weaker hits to be softer, you could turn it down. So if I turn down the dynamics, it will be more apparent. but it doesn't sound natural. So let's try and find a nice balance. Okay, so the range min and range max settings. I'll link the curves. So this is where you tell Trigger2 which velocity layers to trigger. By default, the range is between 0 and 127. If you don't like the weaker hits in the TCI file, you could turn up the minimum value. So now it's only triggering the top velocity layer. And that doesn't sound good at all. Now let's go the other way and remove the top layer. But it's still keeping the dynamic and the velocity settings. So you can go from here all the way down to here. So it's pretty powerful. Now let's find some nice settings. I like it right there.